Things we do as photographers to find the right place for a shot. It's a high degree of what they call bush bashing going on here. No brown snakes, thank goodness. Well, not yet anyway. Okay. Oops. Right. I'm not quite sure what kind of trail you call this. I don't think there is a category for this one. Well, good morning. Welcome to another vlog. No real name for that bush trail, except the bush bash trail. I'm here this morning with an old friend that I've just met. Colin Stalker. Say hi to Colin.
Hi guys, you'll probably never talk to me again after this.
I've been following Colin's YouTube channel for some time, a couple of years probably. And Colin was kind enough to reach out and say, come on, let's go and do a bit of shooting together. So we're up on the Central Coast. We've just done a bushwalk through a river. All very interesting. In search of the perfect waterfall. We'll be back soon, once we find it. Well, good morning. So this morning I've actually made a bit of a special trip, and it's special because I've just met up with an old friend for the first time. I've had the YouTube channel for a few months online now, and just recently a YouTuber that I've been following for a couple of years reached out and said hi and invited me to come up to the Central Coast and do a bit of a shoot with him. And that guy is Colin Stalker. Now, I don't know if you've seen Colin's work, but Colin lives on the Central Coast. He's done everything there is to shoot on the Central Coast, and his work is amazing. And so I've been following Colin for a couple of years now, and just a real pleasure and a bit of an honor for me to have Colin reach out and say, come on, let's do a bit of a shoot together. So this morning we're up on the Central Coast. We've actually done, this is actually our third location for the morning. We've done some serious bush bashing to get to a waterfall, but we've settled on this waterfall as our final destination. Incredible, just absolutely gorgeous waterfall. It's working right now because there's been a little bit of rain just recently, and so we've got some water coming over the falls. So what I've done is set up, just as a first shot, I've set up I'm using a 1635, it's a 1635 f2.8 G Master lens from Sony. I've got my tripod in the water right now, and I'm sitting on a rock, And it's probably the most obvious shot here, just for the first shot here. Really nice. So right now I'm at f7.1. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, so the sun's not fully up, and there's no harsh light on the falls themselves. All I've got on the front of the lens is a circular polarizer, and I've actually spun that to give me a little bit of reflection, just to get some balance in the light here as well. So I'm at f7.1, I'm at ISO 50, and normally when I shoot flowing water or waterfalls, I'm normally shooting about 1/3 to 1/2 a second, and right now I'm at exactly 1/2 a second. So let's get this shot in the bag as a first up shot, and okay, let's check this one out. Okay, so what I've done now is I've actually come all the way around the fall. So now around the very far side that you saw originally here, I'm underneath the main waterfall. But what I've noticed is this tree trunk here was just amazing texture in the actual trunk itself, naturally sort of framing the bottom of the shot. So we've got this tree trunk at the bottom, we've got an overhanging branch at the top of the frame, and of course the fall is dead center in the frame as well. So we've got this natural sort of wooden frame to our shot. So I've already taken a shot to make sure, because once again this tree trunk's really only not much more than 1 meter in front of the lens. So I've got that pin sharp in the shot, and I'm now just taking a shot of the waterfall itself. It's probably doable in one shot. I just want to make sure that we can do all this and make sure we've got everything pin sharp. So let's get the waterfall itself. I'm at 0.6 of a second, and let's see if we can get this one in the bag too. Check this one out. Oh, hi again. So I've just moved around the falls a little bit here, and I just found these amazing little rocks just lying on the edge of the pool right in front of me. So I've set the camera up way down low. It's in the water right now, and I'll probably take 2 shots here. I'll take 1 shot just to get these 2 rocks just really sharp in focus, and I'll take 1 for the waterfall itself. Now what I'm going to do for the rocks is, this is my little cheat for myself, so when I get these shots back into Lightroom later, I know exactly which one was focused on the rock. What I do is I normally take my finger and I point it. I'll get focus on the rock. Let's just do this. Okay. I'll get focus on the rock, point my finger here in front of the lens and take that shot. Now that finger is just letting me know later in Lightroom that the next shot is focused on the rock. So now I'll take the real shot. So there's that shot done on the rock. So I'm at 0.8 seconds, f7.1, ISO 50. And now what I'll do is I'll move my focus point up to the waterfall itself. And I'll do another one here. I'll probably just bring that down to 0.6 of a second and increase my aperture to f6.3. So now I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to point at the waterfall here. And I know the next shot is focused on the waterfall. So here we go, take that shot, done. So that means I've now got 4 shots. The first shot pointing at the rock, the second shot is the rock, third shot pointing at the waterfall, and the fourth shot is the shot of the waterfall. So the second and the fourth shots, I can combine them now, make sure it's pin sharp, front to back, and we get our finished image. So let's pull those together and let's see how that came out. Well, that's it for today. 3 locations, as I said earlier. One wasn't quite up to standards. One was a bit of a bush bash to get into, but this one just hit all the ticks in the right boxes. So thanks to Colin. It's just been an amazing morning. We're now going to go head off and get some breakfast. But before we do that, I wanted to just quickly get a couple of minutes with Colin, because I've been following your channel for a couple of years now, and love your work, you've got some amazing images that you do on your channel there.
Thank you.
What made you start the channel?
Basically, I sort of fell into photography because I was looking for an interest a couple of years ago, and I took up photography not really knowing anything about it, but like most people, I YouTubed a lot of the information, and I basically did nothing for 2 years. I studied day and night YouTubing. If I didn't know something about it, I studied it to try and find out. Then I made the conscious decision straight away that I would start filming all my vlogs or wherever I traveled to, wherever I shot, as a bit of a log for me to look back on myself and see if I'd improved and if my shots had improved along the way. And as then the channel's still a small channel, it's just evolved along, but it's great when people like you and I get to meet up through the channel. So it's great, you meet different people, so I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, that's great. And you focus mostly on landscape photography?
Pretty much landscapes, seascape. I have enough trouble getting that right. No, pretty much landscape, seascape, anywhere around New South Wales, up and down the coast. I've done a little bit in New Zealand. Next month I'm going to Tasmania for 2 weeks. I'm really looking forward to that, so I'll be vlogging all the way around Tasmania.
That's great, yeah, very nice. And so what's your favourite subject matter to shoot?
I love waterfalls. I'm a little bit like yourself. I think because with waterfalls you have that time on your side. It's always a little bit frantic at sunrises and sunsets, you know, waiting for the light, trying to get everything, your composition set up. With waterfalls, on a subdued day like we've got today, you get the time to actually compose your shot, to frame it, and to you know, make sure everything's right. So I think because it's more settled and more calm,
yeah,
I think I prefer waterfalls.
Really nice, yeah. And you're a Nikon shooter? Is that right?
Nikon shooter. I've been a Nikon shooter. I use a crop sensor camera, which I've had right from the get-go, but as I was explaining to you this morning, I'm about to upgrade, and I'll be upgrading this year. I've got a lot more stuff coming up on my channel this year, and it's time to step it up. What brand I'll go with, I don't know. I've been really impressed with your camera here this morning, and Brian, your images over the last couple of months. So I'll make that decision in the coming months.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I've always been of the opinion that it's not the camera that makes the photographer. It's understanding light. It's understanding.
Definitely not.
The basics.
I've shied away over the years from upgrading my camera. I could have upgraded years ago, but I wanted to learn my camera back to front, understand my camera, my compositions, my shutter speed, my ISO, all those things. And then once I had that right, then I'll go to the next stage. So hopefully that'll be soon. Yeah,
that's great. Well, look, I really appreciate you reaching out to do this morning, Colin. It's been an absolute pleasure. A lot of fun. We've got to do this again sometime.
Yeah, look, I've had a blast, mate. We've had so many laughs. It was like, you know, shooting with an old friend.
Yeah.
It was great. I really enjoyed it, and thanks for coming up.
Absolutely, my pleasure. And if you haven't seen Colin's YouTube channel, I'm going to put a link in the description below, so make sure you click on the link, go and subscribe to his channel, give him some love, some likes, and check out Colin's work, because he does some really amazing photography work. So thanks, Colin. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks,
all the best.
Cheers.